It's the side of how to achieve certain goals and get things done. And every single one of you can do it. It's just, I think sometimes, and we'll get started in a minute, it's just that we all need different tools, right? We all need different tools to get it done. I think that Nilbert did a great job yesterday, kind of
Yes.
talking about that. And we all have different things that help us to achieve our goals. And one of the things that I love that Nilbert said, which works for me, is people give me energy. Like I get energy from people. I don't know about you guys. There's some people like, a lot of you got to see pictures of my daughter, and I want to hear everyone crow in a minute. But my daughter's okay with being in her office working on statistics. I'm not okay being in a box all the time. Like I love Zoom, but I got to jump out of this Zoom or I'll go crazy, y'all. So we're all different. So good morning, everyone. The title today, I said, I don't know if George can write it down because it's kind of long, but
Yeah, I did.
how to make an unpredictable business predictable. And I think it's really important, and I think it's important for all of you to know this because you're when you're prospecting, this is one of the things that everyone asks you. We had this conversation about doctors and all these kind of things, but first, let's just who has anything to shout out about? I want to hear anything exciting happening. Do we have anybody new on today? We have anybody new or new things happening? I know. Um, or anyone want to give their shout out about last night with Kim Wee and Les Brown? I want to hear what are your thoughts about that last night? Anybody?
I, I, I like something he said at the very end. Live your life like you want to leave
Mhm.
your life.
Oh,
You know, that was my nugget or one of my nuggets.
that's powerful, right, y'all? That's so powerful. Christine used to say, you have a beginning date and an ending date. What are you doing with your dash?
Yep.
Ooh, doesn't that like, I don't know about you guys, that hits me in the heart. Like, what are you doing with your dash? Live your life how you want to leave your life. Like, oh, that's some deep. I don't know. I think last night was very deep in so many ways. How about anyone else? Anyone else? Go ahead, Mary. Oops. Oh, you got to take off your. Oh, okay. Oh, Mary. Oh, she's unmuting. While she's unmuting, anyone else have a nugget from last night?
I loved, yes, hi. I loved how they both just said, just be you. Don't be someone else.
Yeah.
Just be you and be authentic to who you are. Amen. Yeah.
Amen. I love that. I love
So
it. I love it.
I felt like Kim touched my heart because we just because we had a bad childhood, that's not us. That's not
Yeah.
our story. We are to have our own story and
Yeah.
make our own story.
Oh, that was so powerful. Like, how she looked around the room and, they were poor. That's not me.
Yeah, not
That's
me.
not
Yeah.
who I am. Oh, that was amazing. Go ahead, Frida, and then we'll let Nilbert go.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, last night was amazing. But I'd also like to give a shout out to a new BA who's on today, who did their first event yesterday and had 15 new people at their event. Linda,
Whoa.
congratulations, Linda.
So is Linda on? Can she speak?
I am. My husband
Yay.
and I both are doing it together.
I'm where I belong in the background.
Oh no, we love it. We love it. So please tell us because this ties into what I'm talking about today. Congratulations. How many people did you have?
We had, I think, 15 people there.
Wow, that's amazing. And so, how did you get those 15 people there? When did you start inviting them?
Well, we started inviting them. We do it every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. We do like a cooking class, and we just share recipes and stuff. And then we introduce 3 to them for the first time.
Wow. Was there something you did different to get 15 people there this time?
Just advertising and
Yeah, so we have another business as well where we do nutritional coaching and cooking and coaching and stuff. And so the majority of people there was our customers and owners that we make sure to let them know, hey, if especially on our other side, and that's what really brought us into 3. It really coincides is that um if you found something you really believe in, you're passionate. If this is doing anything for you, don't hoard it. Don't share it. If you have somebody you care about, bring them and let's talk because we've got something new we're introducing tonight. And a lot of people showed up to see what this new thing was because uh, uh, um, they're so into what we're already doing that they believe so much in what we already got going on. If we had something new, they want to see what this new was. And very so interested that several committed on the spot. They're going to Vegas with me.
Yes.
Oh,
Yay! There's so many nuggets in what you just said. I want people to understand they didn't just start last week. They didn't just start last month. They started when they started their other business. They started by having people believe in what they're doing already, by already having people around them that they have supported that support them. And so it ties into what Kim Wee and Les Brown said last night about building your community, building people around. And so when the time comes, it's really just that they're advertising it, but bam, people are there. So, it doesn't just happen yesterday or just even a week ago. I think it's because you two are already fabulous people, and fabulous people want to be around fabulous people. So congratulations, that's exciting. And by the time we get to Vegas, who knows, they could triple the people that they're bringing because their people could then decide to bring their people who decide to bring their people. So Frida, get ready, girl, you're gonna be busy. And then Nilbert, did you have a nugget you wanted to throw in?
Yeah, I just wanted to share from yesterday. If you really pay attention, there's so much to be learned from the stuff they didn't say, right? If you just look at both Kim and Les' background, history, whatever, where they came from, their origins, the clearest message to me is that, they're just normal people just like us. And they had to overcome a lot of adversity. They had to overcome, they're like I like what Marianne mentioned. Their past didn't define what they became, right? I mean, a lot of obviously Les mentioned a lot of good stuff. Kim mentioned a lot of good stuff. But if you just look at, when Les mentioned that when they were born, when him and his twin were born, they were born in an abandoned building on the floor. I mean, wow, right? And then so, I look at, so well, I don't have any excuse. I need to do more. I need to do better. So that's what I got from yesterday. It's so inspiring.
Well, thank you. And Nilbert, you inspired all of us yesterday. So I do want to thank you. I just want you guys to know I know we talk a lot about our leaders and we're very blessed. But if you ever get a chance to ride in a car with Nilbert, you're also blessed. I mean, there's something special around him. And his team members have always said that. But I include him in as one of my mentors, and he's my mentor in a different way, but he's just amazing. And I want you guys I wasn't going to bring this, but Nilbert, I need to bring this up that I had dinner in Tulum with Nilbert and his wife. And my husband, we've been in this business for 23 years. My husband looks at Nilbert and asks Nilbert, how does this business work? Like, y'all, come on. So, what I want you to understand is that we're all in different places, different ways. But my husband honestly thinks Nilbert walks on water. But remember, my husband has a different personality. You know, he sees me different. But just being in front of Nilbert, he was like, wow, you know, he's calm, but smart from the service. My husband is a family man. He loved the way he treated his wife, the way he talked about his children. You see, guys, you never know. You never know who's going to spark something in someone else. So, okay. So now let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the fun. So, the fun of what I want to show you today is I do believe that each and every one of you can achieve whatever goal that you have, whatever goal. And we do all have different goals. And I think Nilbert pulled that out. This morning, I want all of you to say a quick prayer if, you know, hopefully I don't offend anyone. But I have someone very important in my life today that's doing a presentation. Yes, just a presentation at a BNI group. And I am so proud of her because this is someone that could not speak to anyone. She had zero confidence in herself to meet 10 people a day. And now she's doing 5 or 6 events a week. That means everything to me, as Nilbert said. So, what I want to teach you guys today, it's not just about earning money, but that's important to earn money because when you earn money, it puts you in places that you may not be able to be. And I hope you got that last night from Kim Wee and from Les Brown. Is that, you know, money is like oxygen. We do kind of need it. So that is why I want to teach you guys this. I do want to go back to my corporate life a little bit. I spent 15 years at J.C. Penney's working 70 hours a week, but I loved it. But one of the things that I had to learn was I had to learn the systems. I had to learn how to be productive at J.C. Penney. And they wanted me to learn how to be productive. And you see, the difference with corporate is they spend a lot of money on the people that they feel have potential to teach them this. Nilbert in the service, I know it's the same way. They pull the leaders up and they train them and they teach them. So, kind of what I'm teaching you guys is something that J.C. Penney spent $10,000 years ago to send me to Franklin Covey masterclass, 7 habits of highly effective people. You know, I pulled nuggets from there and nuggets from Christine and nuggets from all of you to just give you a simple plan that makes it predictable. What Christine Peterson did for me 23 years ago, when I said to her that I wanted to transition from corporate to having freedom and flexibility, I did not want to stop doing my career. Let me get that straight. I'm not telling a doctor not to be a doctor. I see Princess on here. I love you. I don't want her to stop being an athletic trainer or whatever social media. But what Christine gave me was the tools, JC Penney's and Christine gave me the tools that I could be successful enough to do what I wanted to do, which really was I wanted to be a mom, bottom line, a mom that made money. So I am going to bring you guys back. I'm going to share my screen, hopefully, to the legacy makers. Can everybody see that? Yay. Okay. Okay. I every night before I go to bed say, I love George, I love Adrian, I love George, I love Adrian, because this is not where I'm strong. And without them, someone else would have had to create this for me. But they have created the plan for us to make this business very predictable. Very, very predictable. So I know that Adrian went through this the other day. I don't want to go through this, but what I do want to concentrate on, which ties into our contest, are the tracking forms. So I want to start out with, you have to start out, and it looks like I'm frozen, but you guys can hear me, right? Frida, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Okay, so the tracking forms that you need. And I'm just going to give you guys the tools. You can do it or not. And this is for those of you that want to do a little bit or a lot. It doesn't matter. It's still the same thing. The first thing that you have to do is you have to do the Project 100. You have to have a piece of paper. I don't care what the piece of paper looks like. It could be a notebook. Christine carries a little notebook. You have to have somewhere that every time you think of someone, you're writing their name down, because you're not going to remember it somewhere else. It doesn't have to be a piece of paper. It can be on your phone under notes. But every time you think of, "Oh, I forgot about this person," you just add them to the Project 100 list. You're just adding them to a list. This is 5 pages of list of people that I just thought about. That is step one. You guys have to have that little book. That has to be with you 24/7. You're at the grocery store and you think of someone, maybe you're pulling a little piece of paper out of your book, or you're putting it in your phone and you put it in later. Who knows when that enlightenment is going to come to you about a person that you're going to put on your list. Now, that's a separate list than your 10 new people that you're meeting every single day. You can pull from this list, but you need to have this list. Then the second thing that I want you guys to do is, I do want you to print, and here's where the level up tracker, which thank you for putting the script with it. If you didn't see Monday's meeting, go back and watch Monday's meeting, because Adrian spent good time explaining the numbers. You have to understand the numbers in order for you to make an unpredictable business predictable. What did Christine Peterson do? She convinced all of us, and it was the truth, that if we met 10 people a day, 5 days a week, that we could leave our corporate jobs. That was her target back then. She targeted corporate women, meaning back then, 20 years ago, she was teaching us how to make 50, 60, 70, 80, in my case, $120,000 was what I needed to recoup in order to leave my corporate job. It doesn't matter for you guys today. It may be a different number, but it's still the same thing that Adrian put together. What she's telling you is that for every 30 people on this list, half of them, 15 of them, will take a look. Now, I want you guys to understand this. She's not telling you how to meet those 30 people. There is not a right or wrong. She's not saying it has to be social media. She's not saying warm chatter. She's not saying, we just talked about this. You can go to a rich event. You can go to a poor event. You can be at a gym. You can be anywhere you want. You don't have to be dressed up. You can wear a hat every day. That's what I loved about what Nilbert was saying and what they said last night. That is not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is, for every 30 people that you meet, it is predictable that 15 will say yes to get on a Zoom, or say yes to go to an event, or say yes to do something. Then out of those 15 people, probably 6 are going to join your organization in some way. Guys, I just gave you the formula. That's it. It really is that simple. 30 people for every 30. Now, some of you can choose to do your 30 in a month. You can choose to do your 30 in a year. Some of you can choose to do it in a week, 2 days. It doesn't, it's up to you. within my life, I've done it for different reasons. I do different things for different reasons. We all do. But the facts are the facts. And the facts are that 30 people, 15 get on, 6 will enroll. Now, some of you may say, Antoinette, I've done that, and that hasn't happened to me. That's when we are able to take the second step and figure out what skills you need help with. So you may need some extra training on booking, coaching, closing, something like that. But until you do the work, we can't help you on the other side because you're going to be different than Antoinette because Antoinette loves people. So I need energy from people. My daughter, Sierra, she could do everything sitting in her office texting and get the same result. I have to work with you, Christine, all the leaders, Kimberly, Nilbert. We all have to work with you to figure out your formula. But these are the numbers that you have to hit. And so when I'm typically working with someone who wants to move up, they have to show me this first. Like, Shannon, she's the master of this. Shannon was the master of getting her 30 people and then 15 and then 6, which is why she is an elite today. And it depends on your consistency. Now, I didn't say, remember, this is very important. I didn't say it had to be every day, every week. I have someone on my team that I want to go to the next slide here, the weekly plan sheet. So this weekly plan sheet that's right here, and you guys can go back and look at it. You may need to sit with someone, like I have someone that desperately wants to get out of her corporate job. But because of her corporate job and her travel, we sat down and I had her put on this weekly plan sheet everything that she cannot change. Like, what can you not change? Like, you can't change getting up in the morning and getting dressed, eating. If you have a baby, you got to feed the baby. I now know you have to feed your fur dogs. But you may have a job. You can't change that today. You may have this, that going on. There's things that you can't change. There are some, once you write this on this weekly plan sheet, things that you can't change, then you get to choose what you can change. One of the things that I changed was that in 15 years working at my corporate job, I barely ever took a lunch. I never took lunch. I worked through lunch. One of my leaders that Christine mentored looked me in the eye and asked me, Antoinette, is J.C. Penney's your future or is Mary Kay? Because you're acting like J.C. Penney's is your future. Guys, does that stab you in your heart? Some of you say that you want to rank up or move or change your life or do this or do that, or I can bring this down to being healthy. Because I have 2 of my mentors probably on here today, Gladys and Ashley. And I told them I didn't want to look the way that I looked, but they both said to me, do you really want to change? Well, then you have to change some of your habits. I'm saying the same thing to you. What she taught me was I had to take a lunch, be it 30 minutes. You bring your lunch to work and you make calls during lunch. But also, the person that I'm talking about that I'm so proud of, Erica, she only has Saturday off. That's it. She travels on Sunday most of the time. She says, Antoinette, I will give you my Saturday. I will give you my Saturday. And by giving 3 her Saturday, she is building a wonderful business. She became a 3-star. Guys, she went from no star to 3-star because she decided that her only day, and it's not forever, it's only for a short amount of time, that she gave her Saturday up. So it's really up to you to figure out your time with your leader that will get you your 30 people, that'll get you your 15, that'll get you your 6 people. So now you know how to make this predictable. And I am honestly telling you guys that um, because Christine gave me the formula, there's nothing special about me. Zero special about me. It's just that I stepped into a formula that someone knew was tried and true. I followed it. I followed up with, it wasn't actually Christine, but she had trained others who trained me. And I was able on my daughter's birthday to quit my corporate job in 1 year and make over $100,000 in my first platform. I'm not saying that for you. That was how it was. That's what happened to me. You guys know what you can make in 3. Go back to other forms to look at that. But what I'm saying to you is I got very, very strategic in following what Christine told me to do, to the point that there were days I wanted to cry. I was so tired, y'all. I was so tired. I did not want to get out there Saturday after a meeting, working, and still meet 10 people. But one of the things that I learned, and I will tell you, is that if I got 49 new people a week, I could miss my target. It's that serious. If you want to be that serious, it's up to you. I'm in a different place in my life right now. I don't have small children. My husband and I have we were trying to figure out how we were going to feed the kids. We're not there anymore. So I knew that if I missed getting 50 new people, that I would not be able to get food for my children or not be able to send my kids to private school or not be able to have the freedom and flexibility that one person could blow it. So I was disciplined enough not to blow it because I love the lifestyle and the life that I was doing. And so it's that important. Now, for some of you, you're like, I don't feel like working that hard. I'm retired, or I don't feel like working that hard. That's not what I want to do. I feel like working half that or a quarter of that. That's fine. You get to pick your number. You get to pick what you want to do. I've said this before. This is recorded. There were times in 3, and I am motivated by certain things. Thank God I have Shannon because she knows I don't read anything, just like my daughter knows I don't read anything. And Shannon said to me, oh, in order to go to the VIP dinner, you have to do core 3 again. Like, not old, not whatever. I'm like, what? Like, I have to, okay, what? So I'm motivated by that, which is why I accomplished my core 3. Not because I wanted to make money. I mean, I do want to make money, but I'm like, I got to be at that VIP. You guys all have to figure out what works for you and what motivates you to get to whatever level that you want to. But the thing was, I didn't have to figure out the formula. I just went, I just had the formula. But the other part to this was when Shannon told me this, my brain wasn't working. I was still in jet lag. Like, God bless you guys. But like my brain was just upside down last week. And I'm just like, okay, God, just give me an hour. That's why I understand some of you that don't feel good. Just give me an hour that I can think straight. But I wasn't starting from the beginning because before I went on my beautiful 2-week trip with my daughter, before I had jet lag for another week, I had done the work before, which brings up the weekly tracking sheet. And this sheet, I know, I hope you guys can see this. And I'm sorry I'm going over. This is recorded if some of you need to hop off. But this weekly tracking sheet that is all on the books is my Bible. I can't open it right now, but anyway, it's my Bible. It's the Bible. It's the 10 people that you meet, and then you're following up with them. And I'm going to end with, oh, yay, it popped up. Okay. Okay. So this is a sheet that you can use, or, okay, so in the beginning of my career, I used paper. Then I made enough money when you get there to hire people to do this for me, just like doctors hire people to book their appointments. I would get the leads. I hired someone to track my leads, but this was after I was already a big director and making over. Again, I'm only saying this, guys, but I was making 6 digits when I hired someone to do all this because I could afford it then. It depends on your budget. So I hired someone to then do this. I had an assistant. I used to have 5 assistants when I was in the pink company. I'm just saying. Um, and then when COVID hit, my daughter became my assistant because she was home. My daughter does this on Excel. So those of you that are like, why are you using paper? I'm going to show you the way to do this on paper because I don't know how to do it on Excel. That could be another training. My daughter will show you guys. But I want to show each of you a simple way because a lot of you are out there talking to a lot of people. A lot of you are out there getting numbers with tables, having home events, all of that, but you're not seeing the fruit of the work that you've done because you're not organizing it and you never know what your number is. Please understand that we all have different numbers. So we gave you the basis of 30, 15, 6. But if you do that for a full month and you're not getting those numbers, it may be that you need 50 to get 15 to get 6. I don't know. You have to do the main work first for you to work with your leader to figure it out. So one of the things we're going to add to this form that I would like for all of you to write down, because someone asked me this the other day. So yes, I
Hey,
do have
Antoinette.
yes.
Oh, okay. You're not sharing it on the screen. You might want to unshare because
Oh, it's
you're
not
small.
sharing. I'm sorry. Okay, let me stop sharing. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I didn't
Now we
know.
can see you bigger. So
Okay, you'd see me. Okay, so the sheet, I guess the sheets are on, I thought I was showing her sheet, but the sheet is on our legacy that I'm talking about. And on the sheet, what it has is the name, the contact information. So contact information means you met them on Facebook, Instagram, table, however you meet this person. That's what I put for like their name, well, actually the sheet that you guys have is a little bit different. I think it has phone number and then how you met them. And then it goes to the action side of it. So it says following up. And here's how I follow up, guys, just so that you know. And this would be the same as what Adrian did on Monday. So Adrian, she makes voice messages. So she sends a message. If I sent a message for me to go back under Messenger and find them later, I would not find them, or I'm all confused by now. So what I have to do is I have to write them on a sheet of paper. And then that's my first day. And I followed up with a voice message. So that would be first. So there's a number 1 that says first on the top. Then I may wait 4 days. From the first time I sent them a message, I may wait 4 days. Now, if there's an event coming up and I want them at that event, I may talk to them before that, but I wait 4 days. So now some of you, you're saying to yourself, okay, you wait 4 days. So how I do this, I put all 10 on this piece of paper, maybe 3, maybe 1, because that day I only talked to 1 person. I take this piece of paper. Of course, you're going to do your first follow-up within 24 to 48 hours. Most of the time when I meet someone, if I'm out and about, before I walk in my door, before I get out of my car, I try to send them, it could be a link, It could be a link from our app. It could be hello. It was great meeting you. We'll talk about scripts later, but you're sending them something. Then I take this piece of paper and I have a binder, old fashioned. In my binder, it has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today is Wednesday. If I meant them today, it's Wednesday. I sent them a message. So I'd say, okay, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if I want to work Saturday, depending on how you work. I'm going to make calls on Sunday night. I take all the 10 people, I've talked to them, right? Or this is a table. I put this piece of paper under Sunday because I'm going to follow up with them the second time on Sunday. Boop, boop, boop. They're out of my brain. They're out of my mind. I'm not worried about them because I'm not following up with them for 4 more days unless they answer me. If they answer me, they come off this sheet of paper and now they're live. They go into my calendar. Now, some of you have an electronic calendar, some of you have a paper calendar, but they are in color. Right now, I could get 50 leads today, but they're in black and white because they haven't answered me. It doesn't matter what they told me they loved me. Until they answer me, they're not in color. So they're in color when they answer me and they go on my regular calendar. But for now, I want to show you the magic of this. So today I got 10 people. I put it in on Sunday. Tomorrow, I'm going to get 10 more people. I'm going to put it on Monday. The next day, I'm going to get 10 more people. I'm going to put them on Tuesday. Okay, let's pretend nobody answers me, but I'm back to next Wednesday. When I get back to next Wednesday, I have 10 more people because we're getting 10 new, right, guys? Or 5 or 2. Now, when I call those 10, when I put them 4 days out, I'm following up not on 10, but on 20. Oh my gosh. My chances are better that somebody's going to answer me because now I'm following the first time on 10, but the second time on 10, I'm really following up with 20 people. But what happens if you don't start, stop? When you sit your little buns down for that's a whole nother training, 1 hour a day to make your phone calls. You now have 50 people you're calling constantly every day. And it doesn't take you. You saw Adrian do it. It won't take you more than 30 minutes. Ding, 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 lunchtime. Ding, 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 picking up the kids from school. You sit in the car. You go to pick them up 30 minutes early. Ding, ding, ding. In the morning, you get up a little early so you can make your calls. But now you're making an unpredictable business very predictable because now you're rotating 150 names. So when I say to you guys, Shannon got me going, which I love, about core 3, I didn't start off with jet lag brain with new people. I had already had people in the pipeline. I just had to pick up my book and do the work to make it happen. And so the part that some of you need to work on is how are you going to meet those people? But I have to tell you, back in the day, we didn't have social media. We didn't have Zoom. We didn't have any of this. I mean, I had Christine laughing because Christine would be like, you got to figure out a way to meet 50 new people. Somehow we had to get up, get out of our house. You guys can sit there and do what Adrian did on Monday. Now, I don't know the numbers on social media, but the way that she did it, calling, voice messaging, I know it's probably the same. Obviously, it's the same because look at George and Adrian. They've made a lot of money doing it. And George will teach you, if you run out of leads, you just go into friends, or you go into a town that you want to build. And you say, well, who do I have friends in this town? So I know I'm a little over, but what I can tell you for sure, because I've done it. You see, you guys, a lot of you know my story. Christine sent me to a meeting that I wasn't supposed to be at. She sent me to a meeting back in the day around this time, 2 years ago, to a 3-star meeting. I didn't know what a 3-star was. I didn't understand it, but I snuck into the meeting and I decided, Christine, I better get to be that 3-star. So all I did, I'm nobody special, is that I took the training that Christine gave me 20 years before and I put it into, I went crazy because I wanted to be a 3-star right away. So yes, Christine and we didn't have morning calls. We didn't have, we only had one call. Christine didn't even have her calls yet, y'all. Christina didn't have her 6 o'clock meetings yet. But poor Christine and I were doing Zooms all day, all night long, because Antoinette had this crazy idea that I had to be a 3-star in 15, 20 days. And we hit that goal. It was just because I thought it would be fun. And to be honest with you guys, I'm going to be honest. I wanted to see if 3 really worked. I mean, sometimes y'all, don't you? I want to be honest with you. I'm like, hey, I know the pink company works, but let me see if this 3 works. Boy, in 20 days, I got my answer. And here I am 2 years later telling you, not only does it work, it's 10 times better. There's so much more money. There's so many more resources. There are so many things that we can do. And it's not that one company's better than the other. Don't take this the wrong way. It's that we're a new company. We're a new company with new systems, with new things. And I didn't have as many leaders that could help me and do all that. So I hopefully gave you the formula. You get to choose if you want to use the formula or not. Plug into the formula, work with your leader to find out your gap. You must know what I'm blessed to have is Christine. And trust me, Christine gets with me, guys. There are times she says, Antoinette, you're going in the wrong direction. And I have to go in the right direction. You have to do the work, let someone help you, guide you in the right way. But each and every single one of you can reach your goals if you work at it. It doesn't, I love what Dr. I forget his name said, you don't have to be a 3-star in 15 days. There is nobody that's going to say, as we said on your tombstone, my tombstone's not going to say, Antoinette became a 3-star in 20 days. No, my tombstone would say, Antoinette became a 3-star. There's no date. A doctor's a doctor if they became a doctor in 10 years or 20 years. Young or old. So for you, it's just whatever your goal is, what you want to do. And we believe each and every one of us can achieve our goals, earn the income that you want. Remember, it's the income that you want or the income that you believe. So I know it's late, but I want to share something that I shared with my group, and it made an impact to them. And I want to share this with you because I want you to understand a little bit what Kim was saying last night. Did you guys hear me say that I wanted to make $100,000, $120,000 so I could leave my corporate job? Guess what? That's what I believed for years. I'm going to end with that. That was my limiting belief. Oh my gosh, I'm part of the 1%. I made $100,000. I have freedom. I have flexibility. It wasn't until Christine Peterson said to me, Antoinette, Do you think you're $100,000 person? Or are you $1 million person? I'm going to leave you guys with that. Are you just working to what you believe? It may be better than everyone else, but, or are you working to your potential of more? And I'm not saying a number, your potential of freedom or flexibility, your potential of being healthy, your potential of helping how many people have a great life. Are you living to that potential or the belief that someone says to you, oh my gosh, you're an African American woman, first generation college. You should be happy that you make $100,000. What is someone saying in your head that you're believing? So I went over, I'm sorry, but let's all rank up. Let's all get to that VIP dinner and let's push this company forward. Let's do it, guys.
Thank you, Antoniette. Great job. And one of the bottom line, we had to track our success, and that we make the business simpler. Because, and we've been talking about that many times, and I am glad that Antoniette, yeah, you had to have a paper, because when you are in a job, you have to track what you are doing in your job, depend on your job. And in most cases, if not, they fire you. If you are in a business, any kind of business, like a restaurant business, retail business, whatever business, accounting business, doctor business, chiropractor, a beauty salon, you have to have a way to track also what is happening in your business. If not, you go out of business. This is the same here. It's simpler, but it's the same here. Mostly your job is connecting with people. And the cool thing is the potential is bigger than any job and than most businesses. There are people that are investing $1 million in a McDonald's franchise, and you know that you can make more money here than in a McDonald's franchise?
Yeah.
Think about that. This is a serious business. Doesn't have to be full-time, starting out. And we have talked about that many times. Many people start 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. And by the way, when you do that 1 hour a day, you are full-time for 1 hour.
That's right.
No distractions. It's again so important to track, because there's another way. When you say my business is not working, well, look at what you have done. And the only way to find out is by tracking your business. Oh, I talk to everybody. Show me your tracking form. Oh, it's not everybody. There are 5 people there.
And it's not forever, right, George?
Oh, it's not.
It's not forever. Christine says it all the time.
That's the cool thing. As soon as your business take off, it's like going in a train downhill. You cannot stop it. That, by the way, it's a good thing not to stop it. Now, it's going to happen overnight. In 99.9% of the cases, that doesn't happen. When you see most people, they were a failure at the beginning. Every master was a disaster first. Yeah. I was a disaster. I was excited because I make $100 in a month. My first, I think probably 8 months in my business. I didn't know what I was doing. And when I went into action and start tracking it, thank you to that book, a book that somebody gave us, and we start tracking everything, say, holy cow, I know working. I was supposed to, and then I start tracking. But thank you very much. And by the way, I have on the right side, I already posted, I posted the last night call is on our Legacy Makers. When you go to Business Builder at the bottom, it's there, but I already posted on the right side. I don't know what I did with the link, but it's already on the chat. You want to know, that's last night. And this call today, I am posting it right now. This is the call today. As soon as you get out of the call, you want to share this, there is the link. Again, we have all the tools on hand. Yes. All the tools on hand. But thank you very much. Anybody wants to comment? I know we are 20 minutes over, but I would love to see if anybody has a comment about what Antoniette said today, because it was fantastic. Keep track. By the way, everybody has a different style. We had the forms, but you can keep it tracking in your phone. If you have a way to track, because there are so many apps that people use to track your success, and you can actually use it in the app. In the app, and it's probably something I'm going to train, although I use the paper. I love the paper, but the app, because I'm not used to it, I'm not using it for tracking, but you can do the same thing. Anybody has any questions or suggestion or comments?
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Antoinette, this is awesome because I'm a paper person. I like technology, but paper is there.
Mhm.
On the computer, on the little phones, it's hard to type. So I'm glad you did it because I don't know the strategy of how to do this. Now it makes sense to me
Yeah. A
because I'm
binder with Sunday through Monday will change your life.
yeah. Sorry about the dogs. Yeah. I have binders. I got to use them now.
Yes. Yeah, paper, and like I say, I use it more than anything else because I'm not used to, like Caroline said, to the small screen. However, paper, yeah, you can have a binder or you can have it whatever you want, but make sure you keep track of what you're doing. It's by the way, they do it in the sports. You see it in baseball, in soccer, in NBA, even boxing, tennis. They keep track of what they're doing in the past.
Yeah.
And everything. There's nothing that we can, if we want to go to higher levels, we have to make sure we're tracking our business.
In sports now, do you know they track? My niece is a professional track star. They track every step, how they're breathing, how they're doing, everything. Of course, it's done by a computer, but yeah, it's just tracking, but find your way. Find what works for you. I'm just giving you the core middle. Shannon's was totally different than mine, but we both had the activity, let's
Yeah.
just say, which is how it works for us. And we bounce off each other.
Correct.
Please work with each other. If Shannon knows, Antoinette did not read that. And I may say, oh, Shannon, let's go over this number. Like we help each other, we work with each other. That is why we are all moving together because we work with each other with our positive and our negatives and to make all of us great. So anyway, have a great week, everyone. I'm excited. And yeah, same thing for your health goals, guys. I am feeling very blessed because of this group. Oh, dear Lord, I hope I keep it. I've lost now 21 pounds because of this
Wow.
group. I love it, but it took a lot, guys. Poor Ashley and Gladys. But I had to track things. Gladys taught me to track my food. So anyway,
Yes.
all right,
Great
bye.
training, Antoinette. Awesome training.
All right.
Yeah, amazing. And by the way, on the right side, I have also the link to Les Brown and Kim we called last night. In case you want to know, it's our legacy maker. Everything you can find there. Well, I don't know if everything, but almost everything. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you everybody. Tonight we have, make sure we had the wellness tonight. I don't remember who is the interview, but make sure you are in that call tonight. Thank you very much. Have an amazing night.
Dr. Diana, by the way, she'll be speaking tonight with Nilbert.
Okay, Nilbert is going to be interviewing Dr. Dana. That's amazing.
Yes.
Perfect. Make sure you are tonight in the call. Thank you very much and have an amazing, amazing day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
You guys
you,
were
Antoinette.